Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home, and I am continuing my tradition of sharing channels that I love with you all on Valentine's Day. I began this tradition shortly after starting my channel back in 2015, and I'm just excited to continue it on because I feel like I'm always finding really wonderful channels with people who have a heart for great content. I have links to all of these channels down in the description box, and I hope that you will go share some love with them after watching this video. I've also made a small little playlist of my past years sharing channels that I love. A lot of these channels are still up and running and I still love them, so you can definitely go check that out as well. I wanted to mention before I dive in that even if I don't share your channel, it doesn't mean that I don't love and support what you're doing as a creator if you are also a creator and watching this. And I'm going to share these in no particular order, kind of a random order. I have some smaller channels, I have some bigger channels, I have some newer channels, I have channels that have been around for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. So the first channel I want to share with you is called Antiques in Hollywood. I have devoured almost every single video that she has put out. She lives in the Hollywood area in California, and she does a lot of thrifting and estate sale shopping for vintage Hollywood items, and I find this just fascinating. She's really into the silent film era, and so she has collections and she dresses in a vintage style, and it's just so fun to watch her. She has a lot of personality, so she's a delight to watch. She is newer to YouTube, and I hope you will go share some love with Antiques in Hollywood. The next channel I wanted to share is called Farmhouse Vernacular, and this channel, they are renovating an older farmhouse, and they're not renovating it to look like it is modern. They're renovating it to be restored to what it would have looked like back in the early 1900s when it was built. So I find this fascinating. The creator behind this channel is so fun to watch. She has a lot of spunk and spice, and it's fun to hear some of her knowledge. She's very knowledgeable about the history of furniture and dishes and just all those sorts of things that I'm into as well. So I definitely recommend her if you're into old things and finding joy in repurposing old things. The next channel is somewhat new to me, and the channel is just simply Kirsten. That's her name. So I really enjoy this channel because of the pace and style which they film with. It's very calm. It's not fast-paced and in your face. I really find myself pulling back from channels that do that and enjoying just a more real-life pace to the film style. So they have just this really sweet little cottage that they're working on, and they travel about the UK and share with you their travels. They have just some really great antiques videos that they've done, and I just enjoy watching them. They're a sweet couple, so I hope you'll go check that channel out too. Another channel that is based in Europe is Northern Heart. One of you actually told me about her. She is in Sweden. Her videos are beautifully done, and I loved her Swedish Advent calendar series. Even though it's not Christmas anymore, I highly encourage you watch that series because it was just so sweet and fun and inspiring to me. Her health isn't very strong right now, so her posting schedule isn't super consistent, but what you'll find on her channel is a delight to watch. The next channel is one I've learned so much from, and that is I can't say it though. Our Oily House. I feel like it's a tongue twister to say that channel name, but I was introduced to this channel through Farmhouse on Boone, which is a channel I've mentioned before I really enjoy, but it's her sister, and my sister and I also both are on YouTube, so that was fun to, you know, see that there's other sisters on YouTube together. She does a lot of informational videos about how to use essential oils, and that's something that's really important to me, and I've tried out a lot of her tips and find them all to be really helpful. If you also enjoy essential oils, I recommend her channel. So this next channel I've actually mentioned before, but they've changed their name, so I felt like it was worth it to bring it up again, and she's been a friend of mine and subscriber of mine here on YouTube for years now, and that is Tarnished Treasures. Her name used to be Miss Stone Home. So I mention Miss Stone Home sometimes in videos, and now that's not her name. So if you go and look, you're not going to find her. So I wanted to mention she's changed her name to Tarnished Treasures, and she does a lot of thrifting and estate sale shopping, yard sale hauls, and she takes a lot of those items and she makes new crafts from them, and she just does a lot of really creative things. She's an artist, so I hope you will go watch her. I love her content, and she's a really laid back person. So the next is also another crafting channel. This is Terranium and Crafts, and this is one of Molly's favorite channels. Her and I like to watch this channel together. I feel like when I watch this channel, I'm watching my daughter's channel when she is older and making her own YouTube videos. A lot of fun craft ideas, a lot of things like terraniums and shadow boxes, creative clever ways to use miniatures like fairy gardens and things. The little teacup fairy garden that Molly and I made was inspired by Terranium and Crafts, so I hope you'll go check her out if you love crafting. So this next channel is also nearing the 100,000 subscriber mark, but when I started watching her it was much less. But that's the Elliott Homestead. Shay Elliott is a homesteader here in Washington. Actually, when I found out that they were in Washington, I was really excited because I'm in Washington too, and so it's just always fun to find local-ish people that are also on YouTube. She is so elegant and has a love for all things beautiful, and she gardens. Her home is just the coziest place. Like I love the way that she approaches home decor, and floral arranging is a big one. I've just soaked up all of her floral arranging videos like a sponge. Anyway, I love her content, so I hope you'll go check her out. So this next channel is one I've actually followed her for years, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned her in one of my Valentine's videos, but that's Very Carrie. Carrie is a wonderful decorator. She likes to put together very beautiful and curated tablescapes. She tells you how to take things that are inexpensive and makes them look more expensive, things that she was inspired by at places like Pottery Barn, and then she found a dupe or a doable DIY to fit her budget. So she has a lot of creative ideas in that regard. She's just a very warm person, and I enjoy her content. Every time she posts, I watch. So this last channel was actually an add-on because I found it earlier this week, and I had planned out this video last week, and I found this channel and thought I have to add it. So this channel is called Glamour Days, and they have over 300,000 subscribers, but I'm bummed that I hadn't found it sooner because it's old vintage tutorials for like how to do your hair and how to do your makeup and how to be popular and how to choose your clothes and how to do self-grooming and how to be a happy person and things, but it's from the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and even some from the 60s and 70s, but it's fascinating. And I just have been loving it, especially because I started my homemaking series in January. And I was talking about how I really appreciated the wisdom of women in the past and how homemaking and things like that were an art. And I feel like watching these videos from the 30s and 40s specifically, because that's some of my favorite decades, but watching them and hearing them, the way they talk about how you groom yourself as almost a form of self-expression and an art form and all these things, and I'm like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I feel like is missing from my own generation. So I've loved it, and when I sit down to have a cup of tea in the afternoon, I turn on a few of those videos and just soak it up. If you love the good old days like I do, even though I know no decade is perfect, it's really fun to watch these older videos. So I hope you'll go check that out if you're a fan of the 40s, especially like me. So I'm sharing the love with you all. I hope you will spread it out and go visit these channels. Again, they're all linked down below. I want to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day and let you know how much that you are loved and appreciated here on my channel. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have your love and support back, and I just am so grateful for all of the comments, all of the thumbs up, all of the messages, and just sweet ways that you guys find to support me and let me know that you care. So I just want to send as much of that back to you in this video and let you know that I see you, I appreciate you, and I thank you for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Take care, everyone, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.
you.